The Trinidad Tobago Football Association has now been allowed by FIFA to now enter into competitions once again, the Gold Cup and the upcoming FIFA World Cup in 2022. Is this good news or bad news? We should be happy, right? But here's the thing, we've heard this before. We've heard many new false dawns about new beginnings. Is this legitimately a new beginning? Or should we be worried because of what happened before? Unfortunately, this is where we are. Today, FIFA and also the local normalisation committee's officials released a statement which we'll now discuss. Let's check it out.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the official correspondence that was sent today from the assistant to Mr. Haddad of the Normalisation Committee for Trinidad and Tobago. And the statement says, the Normalisation Committee recently held fruitful discussions with FIFA and we are pleased to deliver the good news that the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association suspension will be lifted and its membership rights in FIFA will be reinstated in time for Trinidad and Tobago to compete in the 2021 Gold Cup and 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Very good. This could not happen without the decisive contributions by numerous TNT stakeholders in signaling their desire for a new chapter for football in our country. So far, so good. However, we have a long way to go. There is a lot of work to be done to ensure that this return to competitive action in all age categories is sustainable. Sounds good. The Normalisation Committee is committed to that undertaking. This is stuff that we've heard before, but I'll read it anyway because it's official correspondence. The committee was appointed to run the TTFA's daily affairs, establish a debt repayment plan that is implementable by the TTFA administration, review and amend the TTFA statutes and other regulations when necessary, and ensure there are compliance with the FIFA statutes and requirements before duly submitting them for the approval of the TTFA Congress, and organize and conduct elections to a new TTFA executive committee for a 4-year mandate. So we've heard this before at the beginning. This is what they stated from the very beginning for those of you who have been following this. The problem is the people that should be following this don't, which is the fans, but we'll get to that. We have already made some positive headway over the last few months through dialogue with the players and coaches and are committed to strengthening these relationships. This is one of our first priorities. The financial governance issues of the TTFA are looming large, but we believe that together we can put Trinidad and Tobago football where it needs to be, on and off the field. We look forward to meeting with the various constituencies to work towards a structure that ensures that we begin winning again. It is even more imperative now that we work together. Now, this is a concept that many people in Trinidad and Tobago don't understand, especially in Trinidad and Tobago football. Football is a family, a community. We must heal together. Trinidad and Tobago football needs the help of its stakeholders, working together shoulder to shoulder. The players, coaches, administrators, corporate supporters, and our loyal fans. We look forward to your continuous support in exchange for our commitment to deliver growth and success in Trinidad and Tobago football. So, that's it from Amy Al Mohammed, the assistant to Mr. Haddad of the Normalisation Committee. And this all sounds good. This all sounds really good. And before we continue into that, let's head over to FIFA.com. where there was the official correspondence. I hope I'm doing a good job doing this. I hope you guys are seeing this really well. Let me know. Okay, that looks a little better. Okay, so let's read this. So after taking note of the recent decision of the Trinidad and Tobago Court of Appeal and the express wish of the members of the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association, the TTFA, for all associated legal claims brought by parties purporting to act in the name of the organization to be terminated, the Bureau of the FIFA Council has decided to lift the suspension of the TTFA with immediate effect. This is from FIFA.com, in case you're wondering. People like to verify sources, which is what you're supposed to do. This means that all of the TTFA membership rights have been reinstated and the TTFA representative and club teams are again entitled to take part in the international competitions. The TTFA may also benefit from development programs, courses and training provided by FIFA and or CONCACAF. Moreover, FIFA member associations may again enter into sporting contact with the TTFA and or its teams. So folks, you heard it from the source themselves. The members of the TTFA Normalisation Committee, this is an interesting part, listen to this, which was installed by decision of the Bureau of the FIFA Council on the 17th of March 2020, will proceed with their duties. FIFA regrets the stances and actions taken by the members of the removed executive committee, which negatively impacted all aspects of Trinidad and Tobago football. So we all know who they're talking about. Whether you agree or disagree, that is entirely for you all to discuss in the comment section below. I'm reading what I'm seeing here. I know a lot of people don't understand the difference between commenting on a topic and having an opinion. So such actions greatly misdirected the attention of the Normalisation Committee and hindered its work and execution of its mandate. FIFA is, however, confident that the Normalisation Committee will now be able to focus on the execution of its assigned tasks. So, there you have it, folks, from credited, authentic sources, from FIFA.com themselves, from FIFA, and also the assigned individuals, that which is Mr. Haddad and Amy Al-Mohammed, to be the head of the Normalisation Committee, and Amy Al-Mohammed, who's the assistant. So this, I'm going to have a full discussion with this with Jason Baird, our man from Scotland. I think Kevin may join in as well. But my thoughts are, and I'll leave it like this because we're definitely going to have a bigger discussion, and we're going to have to get a response from Terry Fennick and all these guys about this positive response. But I want to say this because there are a lot of good people in football, but I've been following football since I was a kid, which was thankfully not a long time ago, I hope. I've heard this before. We've all heard this before. There have been many new false dawns. I think that's how Shaka Hislop has described it, where many people were not happy with how the FIFA Normalisation Committee was introduced. I'm one of those people. I understand the need for a Normalisation Committee for some time now. Trinidad and Tobago football has been corrupt for many years. We have been financially mismanaged for many years. The administrative aspects were not handled really well. I don't need to get into that, but I mean simple things like arranging players, their passports, tickets, little things like that. It's just crazy. There were so many well-documented issues with Trinidad and Tobago for many, 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 many years, and the Normalisation Committee was due to happen at any point in time because we have successfully proven that we are incapable of handling this responsibility of managing our football. And you all who are going to comment on this, and the usual guys on the Facebook things, I read them all. The circles are small, everybody comments, it's the same guys, and that's the problem. That's what you people do not understand, that by doing all this, there's a consequence in addition to being, possibly banned from FIFA, which is not the case anymore. It's the damage you have done to the fan base. People do not care anymore. Because they have you all, the people, and I say you all know who you are, the people that were assigned and the reins of Trinidad and Tobago football was entrusted to various individuals over time, and like I said, we have consistently shown that we are incapable of handling such power. And we can say FIFA is corrupt or whatever, and there's reasons to say that, but this is supposed to be a new dawn. And we've heard, as I said before at the beginning of this conclusion, that there are many, we've heard this before. A lot of people are going to be hearing this and rolling their eyes, they'll be like, oh, whatever. They don't care. And that's the damage I think that people are going to have to address first. Is this truly going to be a new beginning for Trinidad and Tobago football? And the question I have to ask is that the individuals who were present when all these corruption elements were taking place, which has brought our football to this horribly low place, why are these people still involved in the decision making in Trinidad and Tobago football? Why are these people still trying to put themselves in positions? You were present, you had your chance multiple times, you didn't deserve it as far as I'm concerned, and you have shown, like in any other job, that you have been inconsistent. And even the ones that were alternatives have also shown that they were inconsistent. I've never been there, I've never been in that position, because I can speak from a perspective as a fan and somebody who loves football. Everyone's collectively rolling their eyes at this. In fact, some may even not be even paying attention to this. The younger demographics simply do not care. They would quicker look at an EPL game, La Liga game. They care about the national countries that they support, like the Argentina and the Brazils, more than they do with Trinidad and Tobago football. And it's all your fault. There, I said it. You all did it. You all sat by and were corrupt and used a lot of blackmailing tactics, blacklisting tactics, calling people unprofessional, doing whatever you want. And now our football is at its lowest. Now, with that being said, if the Normalisation Committee does what it says it's going to do, they have to ensure that none of these pre-existing people that were there are reinserted into this new beginning. We have a chance to do it well, folks. So why not go with the new people? Why do not reintroduce these people that were there before, who have been involved and turned a blind eye? That's not a new beginning. That's just recycling, and it would honestly be exactly what we've been doing before. And honestly, everybody who I spoke to about this, especially the younger people, which you all seem to forget are the future and the fans, because our stadiums are so filled, right? You know, all 6 people that are in the stadium, me being included. You know, you all have to get this right. And when I say you all, it's not just the FIFA Normalization Committee, but the people who are involved need to stay away. I see them on Facebook. I see their comments. They're all strategically perched, waiting to pounce at the chance to get a job. And, you know, while there are some people who mean well, they have proven themselves incapable. And I'm hoping that this Normalization Committee is successful in creating a healthy environment with solutions, with new people, so we can actually have that new start. And I think it's better to have a younger, fresh group of people that have not been influenced by the past, so they can create a fresh new environment for Trinidad Tobago football. And that would truly be a new beginning. So I will conclude this conclusion, because I've been trying to conclude it a while now, by saying this. We've heard of many false dawns before. Shaka Hislop said it as well. You know, the Normalization Committee and how it was implemented was basically farcical, according to his words. But we've seen this before. We've heard this before. Many promises about how we're going to change Trinidad Tobago football. But yet, the same people somehow find themselves back into Trinidad Tobago football. So, is this just another false promise? Another false dawn, which I've said many times? Or is it actually really the new beginning that we've all been craving for? And is it too late? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Coming up, James Beard, a man from Scotland, and a couple others will sit down and do a full discussion about our thoughts on Trinidad Tobago football and the fact that we can now enter into competition, the obstacles that Terry Fenwick will have to face heading into this with minimal preparation. I heard people saying crazy things like before this normalization thing took place that, you know, if he did not qualify for the Gold Cup, he should be fired. I mean, that's ridiculous. But that's something we'll discuss, because whether you like him or not, it's irrelevant. No coach has ever had to deal with a situation like this with the coronavirus, with the Normalization Committee. None. So he has a monumental task of literally rebuilding our football from zero. Our players don't have match fitness and all those things. So we'll discuss those things. Join me, James Beard, and maybe a couple other guests, and we'll discuss this, because we're sick and tired of hearing the same recycled thoughts from the same people over and over. So we're going to get some new people, some new perspectives, and from a younger perspective, from people who would like our national team to do well. So let us know what you think in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. It really helps the channel. I've been really busy. If you all don't know, I've been doing work with the Trinidad Tobago Knight Riders recently with the CPL, who basically won. That was an amazing experience for me, which I may document and talk about. And it was an amazing experience. And, you know, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for supporting me over the years. This is a very tough project to do. It's been very difficult, especially with the pandemic. But I'm trying to make it work. So once again, this is Andre Sooklal of EXTV, and we want to have healthy discussions. Thank you for joining me. I hope you look forward to discussion with James Beard and myself. Thank you for joining us.
And I hope the repercussion of this discussion is constructive revolution. This is Andre Sooklal. Let me know your thoughts.